ECSI fans, you want to revolutionize your sports investing habits? Allow me to tell you about WagerWire. WagerWire is an app that helps you become a superior bettor by allowing you to sync all your sports books and track all your bets in one place. See your current action, your betting history, and stats. You could also sign up for sports books and collect bonus offers. Follow them at WagerWire on X, as it's the best account on the platform. Head to App Store or Play Store now and search WagerWire and
Check this out, we got a great show coming your way.
From the ECSI Sports Studios, the #1 sports information program in America, the Breakfast Bankroll, with your host, the sports broker, Jeff Dawson.
Good morning, sports fans from all around the globe. I am the host, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors, and it's that time of the week for good friend and colleague, Mr. Andrew McInnis, live, as we're going to do a quick abbreviated show because we talk too much backstage, but that's on me here, of course. The headliner today, are the AVES still the team to beat in the West in the NHL? But first and foremost, a shout out to our proud sponsors and partnerships. It's WagerWire. Head on over to Google Play, download the app. It is free. Travis, Zach, Guy, myself, Matthew, Alan. The list is endless. Carol Bucks, Amber Hawley. Just come on board. Come join. Download the app. I promise 2026 will be epic. And, of course, AtlantaSteaksAndSeafood.com. Terry Smith does wonders with his steaks, seafood chops, appetizers, and wines. Head on over to AtlantaSteaksAndSeafood.com. So without further ado, let's bring him in, Mr. Andrew McInnis. What's up, sir?
What's up? Happy Tuesday, Jeff. Not as big of a slate as we're used to, but some pretty good games today.
Yeah, they're winding down. The Olympics are coming. They got today, they got tomorrow, and in come the Olympics. I guess we'll start there. Olympics, exciting. 20 days, the NHL will be dark. Thoughts going into the Olympics? Is it as easy as USA versus Canada?
I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. I think that we've made a lot of progress since 2014. You know, whether it's Czechia, whether it's Finland, whether it is Sweden, I think their upsets could be made. Although I'll put my bias hat on for a second. I'm not too happy with that pool that Team USA got, because that pool looks pretty nice. Favoring some of these. Looking at the pool that they're dealing with here, Germany, Latvia, and Denmark. If they don't come out of that pool, then there's something really wrong with them if they don't win that one. So, but I think it's going to be a competitive tournament. It's been a real shame to see some injuries that have taken place. I saw Sorelli got injured, a Team Canada player, and then people thought that maybe Sam Bennett could replace him because he got snubbed, of course. And then Sam Bennett got injured yesterday, and we've had defensemen getting injured. We've had obviously Seth Jones got injured for Team USA. William Nylander, luckily for Team Sweden, he came back yesterday against Calgary. He scored 2 goals and an assist, or a goal and 2 assists. So he's back and healthy. I really, really, Jeff, just want it to be best on best. No injuries, no excuses. All of these teams go out and get it done. But it's very fun looking at the opening lines. We'll talk about this next week, of course, more in depth. But when you've got some +2.5s or +3.5s, it's not as crazy as it gets when you and I talk World Juniors together, but it is funny looking at some of these numbers.
Well, we definitely next week will be diving into the Olympic hockey pond there. My headliner here, are the Avs still the team to beat out West in the NHL? We talked last week, especially leaking oil, almost like they see today, tomorrow, hey, we're going to regroup during this 20 days. But the team is, I got one of my favorite, or one of my big fans reached out and goes, all right, water gun to your head, who's in the Stanley Cup? And I reluctantly said the Avs, but I'm really warming up to Tampa in the East.
Well, it looks like Florida might be out, so might as well be another Eastern Florida-based team, right? It seems like if you live somewhere that it's cold in the winter, then you're not going to win the Stanley Cup as of late. Vegas, I guess Vegas isn't really warm in the winter, but Vegas, the Lightning, the Panthers. I mean, some of these teams. This Tampa Bay team is really good, Jeff. You know, Darren Radish stepping up in the time that Hedman was out. And when Hedman gets healthy, it's going to be a huge thing. You know, Kucherov playing at a next level. Braden Point had a little bit of a scare injury-wise, but I think he's going to be all right. Jake Gensel, I still don't get why the Pittsburgh Penguins didn't hold on to him. Yeah, that team has taken advantage of Florida, not because Florida was the team that knocked them out last year. If they go to the playoffs, I have a feeling that there's a lot of teams right now looking around the league and saying, you know, you're talking about Detroit, even Montreal, or even Carolina. Is this the year for them? You know, a lot of teams are definitely looking around and saying, man, if Florida misses, this could be our year, right? If Florida's not there, this could be the year we do it. So we could, I mean, how funny would it be if the Atlantic Division was so competitive all year long, and then Carolina, this is the year they finally get it done?
Well, you and I have been doing shows forever, so I guess we got to get the exactor in there that we always have, Carolina and Dallas, right?
Yeah, those are the two teams. When one of them does it, the other team's got to do it as well. You'd think so. And you know, it's funny. I always thought that they played like a playoff team, but maybe they don't have that in them. Who knows? But this Brandon Bussey guy, he's pretty good. So we'll see if he can have the playoff performances. We'll see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games on the deck today. Really, Buffalo, Tampa. Speak of the devil here. Let me move this over to here. Probably the headliner in my eyes here. I'm trying to get an exact number here. Let's see what we got. Tampa minus 239 overnight, now 200. Big time win, down 5-1. They beat the Bruins 6-5. We talked about that backstage. Toronto, Edmonton. The one team total play that hits the system without spending $1 bazillion is the Ducks, and it is a 6.5 over. So anyone watching and listening wants a free play, I would say Anaheim Ducks team total over 3.5. You can get that at around plus 105. But pucks, props, and thoughts, Mr. McInnis.
Yeah, you know, we try to stay away from the chalk, but you know, finding a way to get in on Carolina is intriguing. You know, they haven't really had a tough time since like 2.5 weeks ago when they were shut out, and they just haven't looked back, and they've looked really, really good. Senators second half of back-to-back. We're going to get Optimus Rhyme, as they used to call him, James Reimer in net. Look, the thing is he's done better than Merrill-Linen, the other backup goalie, but that's not really saying much because he wasn't doing very well as it is. Anybody that has a save percentage that's in the 8,700s or 880s, it's not good enough, Jeff. So I feel like Carolina, especially at home, we could find a way, try and find some way to get in on them. First goal, first period. I got to give credit to Ian Cameron for him and his crew. They started betting that prop first goal. And I was like, yeah, but what if this team wins 4-1 and they don't get to get the first goal? But it is kind of nice to look at the first goal, first period, because sometimes what happens is you get the first goal, you cash that ticket, but then the period ends 1-1. So you don't end up cashing your bet, but you get the first goal. So we'll look towards that. The number for me is Columbus. I mean, look, I always talk about sometimes you feel like you missed the boat on something, right? And, you know, I'm not here to complain because I did catch some bets on Columbus, but I haven't been on the train for 7 of the last 9 games. But this number near Pick'em at New Jersey, look, you know, if you took a shot for every time a Hughes brother was dealing with an injury this year, you'd be falling on the floor, you know, and I'm not making fun of them, but they are so impactful to their team. And with Jack Hughes being out once again for the New Jersey Devils, the Olympics are coming up. If he is out for tonight, it's a big loss for them. I do think Columbus could be the team. Underlying metrics from one of the sources I like to use indicate to me this game, Columbus is right there. They deserve to be a pick'em in this one, but it's also a little bit kind of fishy here with this New Jersey Devils team, only pretty much, barely laying any type of number at home. With you on the Ducks for sure. Like that team total. The Kraken, they gave me a hard time. On the weekend with the Vegas Golden Knights, but I do think that the Ducks, the way they have that speed, that kind of style of play that they play with, they could put some goals up on the board. The Edmonton versus Toronto one is always interesting, right? Like that one. And so the funny thing is we've seen so many spots where, because of the condensed schedule this year, it hasn't always been the home team that has the advantage, because maybe they played the night before, or maybe they just had to fly in from out of town. But this is your prototypical second half of back-to-back, fresh off a win. And let's not forget, the Oilers just lost 7-3 in their last game. So,
and I do want to say this is the second time I've seen this in less than a week. Opened at 6.5 over -31 cents. There's a handful of books that are sticking with the 6.5 over 45 cents, over 55 cents.
Yeah.
But the Circa, the Superbook have gone to a 7 under 20 -25 cents. So right now they're telling me first 1 to 4 wins, but this could be that pond hockey the day before the Olympics here. This could be that 6-5, 7-5 type game.
And I think that if you're playing that style, it's going to benefit the Oilers. It's going to benefit them. So do you think, Jeff, in the second half of the season, we'll start to see more 7s?
I've
only seen a few so far. I've only seen a few so far this year.
Yeah, I almost want to say is after the Olympics, you're going to see the pretenders and the contenders. So we're going to start talking about the teams that are waving the white flag now, trying to move up the draft board, and who's really fighting to get into the playoffs.
I agree with that. I'll run through a couple player props for today. Always fun to kind of go over some of these. Players that are hot, who's not. Right now, Tim Stützle for the Ottawa Senators, second half of back-to-back, but he's got a goal in 7 of his last 10 games. He's plus 220 over at BetMGM. That one's kind of intriguing to look at. Looking at the last 5 numbers here, Jared McCann from Seattle, plus 230 for him, goal in 4 of his last 5 games. This one sticks out to me, though. If you like Columbus, Charlie Coyle, little throwback to the Boston Bruins, plus 235 or plus 285 anytime goal. And also you can get around plus 130, plus 140 for just anytime point and get the assist props for him as well. He's done pretty well. And then you look at Kucherov for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Take his assist props, like his assists or over 1.5. This guy, when they're big favorites, he gets the job done consistently. And looking at head-to-head point props, I love looking at head-to-head stuff here because you can always find some interesting numbers. Here we go. Plus 150, Capo Caco. For whatever reason, we can't explain why, but he has a point in 4 straight games against the Anaheim Ducks. He's plus 150. And Oliver Bjorkstrand plus 130, 4 straight games for him as a Tampa Bay Lightning against the Buffalo Sabres. So I like looking at head-to-head stuff because we can't explain why, but certain players play better against certain teams.
Scroll has been going at Wager Talk and blah, 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 blah. WT.buzz/AM for the paywall. It's $5 Tuesday. What do you got, Andrew?
We're rocking and rolling. We got just one NHL play so far. We're rocking and rolling with some college basketball. Always love to have some college basketball chats with you before the shows get started here. So 1 college basketball, 1 NHL, and you guys can get that again for just $5. Or right now you can get 10 days for the price of 7. No promo code needed. But the biggest thing for anybody out there watching right now, I was shocked that I was given this price from customer service, but if you want all of my Olympic men's hockey picks, $59 for the entire tournament. Full tournament, sides, totals, picks, props, whatever it is, just $59 at my homepage, wt.buzz/am.
Guys, jump on that, please. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Want to give a good shout out, of course, to everyone watching and listening. Andrew will be live in 7 minutes at Puck Time Talk, so we'll be out of here so Dan Alexander doesn't yell at us. Stay tuned.